Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Kaylee, and you are watching Canton Backstage. Normally, you get to see Prodigal Son, but you get me here today with my friend Marvin Ferguson, who is actually the founder of Let's Get Healthy Cleveland. So, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And you guys might be wondering why I actually asked Marvin to be on the show. Cleveland, I know, it's crazy. But Marvin is actually from Canton.
Mm-hmm.
He's a part of the community. You are a big part of the community. So I just kind of want to get to hear from you and figure out what's going on in your world. So being that you're from Canton, I know you've been a part of the Big Brothers program. You're part of fraternity. Like, what all do you do?
Yeah, so originally I'm from Jamaica. Immigrated to Canton when I was about 5 or 6 years old, and been here the majority of my life. But involved in a lot of different things in Canton. Mega Sci-Fi Fraternity Capital Chapter. To start off with, we've done several scholarship events. We donated about $7,000 in scholarships last year, and about 80,000 total since we started the event. So definitely, Capital Chapter of Mega Sci-Fi is definitely in the community. I am the Vice President and Health Chair of the 100 Black Men in Greater Cleveland.
Wow, that's huge.
I the founder of IMONB LLC, which is a property management company. I provide properties to low-income communities.
Which I saw you got a new property
yes,
today. Congratulations.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that's all in the Canton area as well. And then, founder of Let's Get Healthy Cleveland. And I know the name is like why Let's Get Healthy Cleveland. But we've done community programs in Canton, Akron, Cleveland, and the Columbus areas. And essentially how I got started is I was asked to do a clinical program in Cleveland.
Okay.
And so it went well, and the outreach afterwards was just astounding, and I wanted to do more.
So when did you guys actually start the Let's Get Healthy
sure.
Cleveland?
So Let's Get Healthy Cleveland was founded about 2 years ago.
Okay, and you guys have really grown. I've seen some of your programs. You guys have really grown in those 2 years.
Yes, we have had a lot of programs within the last 2 years. I'm very excited about that.
So what's behind Let's Get Healthy Cleveland? Because I know healthy in it, but you're a pharmacist.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do in your everyday job? What does that entail for you?
So my everyday job, I'm a pharmacy manager, clinical programs for Envision RX, which is a daughter company for Rite Aid, actually.
Okay.
So we're actually our PBM. So in my everyday job, I manage clinical programs. I have a team in Ohio and in Florida, and we do opioid case management, medication therapy management, diabetes, and adherence programs throughout the United States.
So you see it all, things that come in. That's your primary focus with addictions and things like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Does that have any part of how you did Let's Get Healthy Cleveland?
Well, our first program was an opioid awareness program.
Okay.
So yes.
Why is that important? Because I see it a lot,
mm-hmm.
but for somebody to take on such a large project, why was that important to you?
Why did we choose opioid awareness? I think because it was essentially something that, although we don't talk about it as much in the African American community, I think for me, when I first started the program, I got a lot of pushback.
Okay.
Because there's been epidemics in the past that affected Black and brown people that didn't get that.
People think it's not really there for us.
Yes. So having the program, I got a lot of feedback of how I have these. So for example, with Cleveland, Let's Get Healthy Cleveland, we like to provide education, awareness, and resources.
Okay.
So at the end of the program, there's people you can go to, programs that are available. If you have someone or know someone, you have signs, and we had people that talked about signs and symptoms of people that have addiction.
Okay.
I mean, it could be somebody in your family.
Just to know what to look out for.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So
it's funny you say that in the Black community, there's a lot of us that we don't want to go to the doctors. We think, problems don't affect us. But specifically in the Black community, you see a lot of things happening with us that we should be aware of, like high blood pressure,
mm-hmm.
things like that. But what do you think is important just for people in general to know, to look out for themselves?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important. Just I used to be in the retail setting, so people would come and ask me questions all the time. Worked at that Rite Aid right on Mahoney Road.
I
So
remember.
that's where everybody remembers me from. And so go to the doctor. You know what I mean? Go get your yearly checkups, especially our black men.
Right.
Um, Sometimes we don't go to the doctor until we're delivered to the ER in an ambulance. You know what I mean? Um, if you have medication that you have side effects on, have conversation with your doctor or pharmacist. They can lower the dosage or change you to something else.
And I don't think people think about that. They just
Mhm.
think, you're the doctor, you're supposed to subscribe or prescribe what you need,
Yeah.
and nobody thinks to say, hey, I don't feel right about this.
Yeah.
And I know I've never asked about side effects or things like that.
Mhm.
Just things to be aware of. So that's good information.
Yep.
That is.
Absolutely.
So with Let's Get Healthy Cleveland, what does it look like? Like, how do you come up with topics to discuss?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we align our topics essentially about when the awareness happening for that when awareness is happening for that month. So
Okay.
like in June, it's like men's health awareness.
Gotcha.
So we try to have programs associated with that. But then we also look like doing programs that are where we find there's a need.
Okay.
So opioid awareness, we did a MS awareness program in Cleveland in 2019.
Wait, you had a big name speaker.
Yes, we had Kim Sellers,
yes.
who has her own foundation and
Okay.
programming around that, and it was excellent. We actually had TV was there. We got some exposure there.
That's awesome.
And so like when I started like advertising and talking about it, a lot of people were like, well, what is MS?
Right.
You know what I mean? And for those that don't know, MS is multiple sclerosis. And having conversation with people that have it, the biggest thing they push back on is like, you don't look like anything's wrong with you. They hate that.
Right.
Because you don't know what it takes for them to get up in the morning. You don't know what it takes for them to go to work. They may look good on the outside, but they're suffering on the inside.
Wow.
So
there's just things to be aware of when you see
exactly.
somebody doing that. So part of that, you have a whole board that helps you. I've seen you guys do an awesome job of coming together. I've seen your talks afterwards.
Mhm.
What does those look like for partnerships? Like, what are you looking for? Because clinics are important for you guys.
Mhm.
I know you've done health clinics where they get screenings and things like that. So
Mhm.
as far as a partnership, what does that look like, or what help do you guys need in getting Let's Get Healthy Cleveland out there more?
Collaboration with all organizations.
Okay.
We've collaborated with organizations in Florida, all over in Texas, just getting that information out to the community. So if it's some area that needs to get healthy and needs that information, we're interested in collaborating.
Okay, that's awesome. So actually, you guys brought up a topic recently, which
Mhm.
I didn't even think of, but race and sex trafficking as a health issue.
So we were actually going to have a human trafficking event before COVID-19
Okay.
kind of sprung up, and then after that, of course, all the social gathering and things of that sort dissipated. So our thought was these human trafficking victims. We want to get ahead of that by spreading awareness to the community. So
Gotcha.
human trafficking is actually a public health crisis.
Wow, didn't know that.
You think about human trafficking, you'll just think about maybe these people may have STDs but they have physical, mental, and emotional like trauma.
Right.
Example I like to use is there was a counseling session for those victims of human trafficking, and there was refreshments like pop, chips, etc. And the person that was running the event couldn't figure out why they weren't getting the refreshments. So he was like, well, why is nobody getting any pop or chips? And the response was, what do I have to do to get that?
Wow.
So they're so used to like trading something.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? They felt like they needed to do something to get these
that.
chips.
Wow.
Or to get these, you know what I mean? So like just think about that emotional like trauma, that mental stress that they go through.
It's real.
Yeah.
And people don't see that as a health issue. It's not just a safety issue,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a health issue.
Absolutely.
So speaking about health issues, you do a lot. You have your property program, you have the Let's Get Healthy Cleveland, you have your everyday job. What do you do for yourself? Like, how do you keep your mental health good? Because you're out here trying to help everybody else. What do you do?
Yeah, so I pray, I meditate, I like to lift. I cook with my daughter. I do things that bring me gratitude. You know what I mean? That I think one thing we need to worry about doing, especially now, is practicing gratitude, because there's a lot of things that's going on that that are affecting us and causing stress. But there's a lot of things we can be thankful for. So
Exactly.
kind of thinking about those things to be thankful for kind of helps push me through. Like, well, I got all this other stuff going on. Like this other stuff is small change. You know what I mean?
I love that. I actually just started a gratitude journal.
Okay.
Somebody told me about that, and you're right. It's so important just every day to wake up and say, "I'm thankful for this."
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how big, how small. I'm just thankful for this today.
Absolutely.
It gets your mind in the right place to start the day off with.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us. We appreciate having you, your information. Guys, make sure to check out Let's Get Healthy Cleveland. The resources are available. It's so important to our community that we're just making sure to keep ourselves healthy, to uplift others. So make sure you go and check out Let's Get Healthy Cleveland.
Can I shout out my board real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so my board, my vice president, Crystal Geneva, my managing director, Quayla Jordan, my treasurer, Casey Smith, one of my directors, Philandia Milligan, and my communication director, Rosemary Mahon. Just want to, without you guys, I wouldn't be here. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Let's Get Healthy Cleveland, on Instagram, Let's Get Healthy Cleveland, and then go to our website, letsgethealthycleveland.org.
Awesome. Guys, make sure to check them out. Show some love, show some support. Make sure to get you guys healthy. Peace.